Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cage Legacy 14. Noel O'Keefe calling the action alongside Andrew McGann and Phil Campbell. Featherweight bout between Ruairi Burke in the black and Jordan Bradshaw is in the bright green trunks.
Straight into it, Rory having to defend those kicks straight away from Jordan.
I think when you look at the records here, Phil, the record of Ruairi Burke doesn't really tell the story of him as a fighter. Very close, the losses he has on the record.
And he's always been competitive. He's never been in a fight where he's been completely dominated. Always been very competitive. But speaking of the record of Jordan Bradshaw, 5-2-1 coming off that loss to Lewis Byrne at Cage Legacy 13. Again, in a very competitive fight which ended by a decision.
Interesting facet with Burke, as I was starting to point. A close fight. He was in a very tough fight where he had his moments, but lost via TKO 8 days ago.
Yeah, you've got to wonder just how much. Is it a case of just getting right back into the cage, or will the fact he lost via TKO have a detrimental effect on his approach to this fight?
He's turned Bradshaw in against the cage here. And Andrew, this is something you called out of your fighting championship. This is the
haircuts, was it, Noel?
Not the haircuts.
Because we've got two fresh fades in this one. And another unique sight in mixed martial arts as well. Both wearing tie shorts.
Yeah.
What a great, what a double act we have there.
Nice right hand by Burke, and rips to the body as well.
Beautiful, and then finishes with a beautiful kick. Double jab to right straight, mixing up the strikes well as young Ruairi Burke.
This is like watching a one championship cage tie match.
And he's working to the body beautifully. Definitely right now putting the ghosts of that TKO loss to bed.
Good distance and good maneuver just used. And got under the shot there of Bradshaw. Takes the back one hook in here, Ruairi Burke.
You can see the marking up on the leg of Burke from those early kicks from Bradshaw.
And that's the beautiful pale complexion of a ginger Irishman, Phil.
Something I would know a little bit about myself, Noel O'Keefe.
Factor 50 in the summer.
All day or day. Ruairi Burke trying to work for that arm underneath the chin. Right now, Bradshaw defending well. Beautiful switch to the body triangle. And Andrew, you can speak to what it's like being in a body triangle like that. What does that do with every breath that you're taking in?
It can be very, very bad. I have to say, I loved Rory's use of the shin and the back of the calf to be able to get him down to get to that back position to begin with. The body triangle can be a really 50-50 position. There's a good chance now that he's actually going to end up on his back in closed guard. All he's going to need, all Jordan's going to need is to try get his left arm back across, but this seems to be on the jaw. Yeah, It could still go on.
Jordan's going to have to roll to the side like he has, the side that the body triangle's locked on to try and alleviate some of that pressure.
Fighting hands and head position here. Ruairi Burke just trying to make the subtle adjustments, and Bradshaw got to be careful with everything he does that he doesn't present an early Christmas present for Ruairi Burke.
I tell you, that body triangle gets more demoralizing when that right foot is snuck in between the calf and the hamstring as well.
It's so subtle, Andrew, but so effective.
Time is going to evade, and we're going to get out of the first round here. You got to think the first round was edged by Burke with that work that got him the back of Jordan Bradshaw. So it'll be interesting to see the changes that Bradshaw adopts here, and we're straight away into that Muay Thai style for both men. Nice kick to the body. Catches, and there's that Muay Thai. He catches the kick from Burke and reacts straight away. In Muay Thai, when you catch a kick, you got to score instantly. In for the takedown.
Just runs the pipe on that single beautifully. Now in the dominant position for the first time in the fight is Jordan Bradshaw. Let's see what his top game's like.
Let's see, on the other hand, what Burke can offer from the bottom. Will he be active?
Well, he does have the guard open, which is usually indicative of a fighter trying to make something happen rather than just holding on to their opponent.
Nice short shot there by Bradshaw.
He's doing the right thing just by trying to roll those wrists in.
Of course, amateur MMA, no elbows allowed.
I'd like to see Roy try and create a little bit more of an angle for himself. He does have the foot on the hip of Bradshaw.
Yeah, that's a theme that we've seen tonight. Maybe not capitalized on as much. Rory's doing it quite well here, but using the foot on the hip to create the distance to get a technical stand-up or get your back close towards the cage.
Back to his feet using that cage wall. Good work, Ruairi Burke. That was a good knee by Bradshaw, but he's got to be careful again.
Burke trying to get that trip takedown. Bradshaw wise to it. He's standing a little bit too square for my liking. If Burke were to be aware of that, change levels, get the double.
Head positioning is key here. He's just tracking that head position against Jordan all the time, making sure the top of his head is under the chin. Nice throw attempt, lovely front headlock position here.
Smashes down with a whizzer.
Separate. Back in the open field, center of the cage. Just evades that left hand. Does Burke.
Where Jordan's had the lion's share of success in the fight has been with those kicks. I'd like to see him create a little bit of separation.
Little short hook there by Burke on the break.
Beautiful big shot!
kick.
I'll tell you what, Ruairi Burke must be hungry because he just hit that shot.
We question what his chin would be like after the TKO last week.
This could be the back here again straight away. That takedown worked for him so well a minute ago, but it did leave him in a position that gives him one hook. Burke already has one hook here. He's trying to scale up onto the back. Bradshaw's doing really well to pull him back in front of him. He could leave himself open for a triangle here. If he loosens up on that bottom leg in any sort of way, he could be in a bit of trouble.
He needs to get himself a
lovely hook under the leg here as well.
He needs to get himself a little bit more square for my liking here. If he can get his head out.
Pops the head out now.
Lovely stuff.
Gonna try and work into half guard here. Jordan Bradshaw on top in the guard now of Ruairi Burke, right in the center of the cage.
Has that wrist control. Could be trying to set up the triangle, but Bradshaw says no, lands a shot of his own, completely shutting down the triangle attempt.
Very back and forth bout thus far. I have to say, gentlemen, it's great to see the return of fans here in the Republic of Ireland for MMA. Although fighting behind closed doors had a certain appeal, you could hear the touch. There's nothing better than the crowd in the background.
Especially the technical advice that they offer during the bouts.
Yeah.
Bradshaw opening up early with big shots.
Just a little low, accepted, but no need to stop.
He's
investing in a
chewing
good
up.
cup.
He is chewing up that lead leg. Burke opting to take the kicks. I don't think he's checked one of them so far.
That was a nice counter left by Bradshaw, just as Burke had success with a right hand of his own.
Burke has the hands connected.
Two hands connected, looking to take Bradshaw for a ride. Good balance though, switches to the single.
Bradshaw has a hold of that neck. Burke needs to be careful. Armen as opposed to.
Switches to the opposite leg and looking to maybe try and get one hook in and work to the back that he's had success with previously in this one.
Solid head positioning again there from Ruairi Burke.
As I said at the end of that second round, very closely contested fight, so it could be all to play for here in the third.
Sneaking to take the back here, one hook, may jump.
There's that position you appreciated last time, Andrew, just hooking that calf and thigh.
Yeah, you're always going to be hindered when you're looking for the back when you don't, when the person has like an overhook as well. So there's a good chance you're just going to fall out in front, yes.
And now it's Bradshaw who turns and runs the pipe and gets the takedown. Scramble for position.
I think that's his third single leg of the fight.
Burke back to his feet though, hand fighting right in front of us here in commentary.
Trying to break that vice-like grip of Bradshaw.
Good hand fighting going on here right in front of us as well. I'm not sure if the...
Has that Kimura grip. Not necessarily going for the submission, but as we see so often, that Kimura trap can be used to change position.
Could be used now, works to switch, and he's kept a hold of it here. Let's go now. Top position.
Trying to work for that rear naked choke. Both hooks in.
He's got the body lock.
There's a lovely transition there from the Kimura grip to the mount. For my money, maybe keeping that Kimura grip a little bit longer would have helped solidify the position, because when he came out onto the back, his choking arm was coming underneath the armpit, so it's not an immediate threat. But in terms of the flattening out position that we could see here, could be a good finish here for Burke.
Right in front of us, but unfortunately view obstructed. We can't quite see where his hands are at here.
He's not underneath the chin right now. He's fighting the wrist.
Bradshaw might...
Very composed from Bradshaw here through certain positions in the fight. Definitely working himself out methodically of grappling positions.
He's going 2-on-1 on the right arm of Ruairi Burke. Just trying to shock him off from the back. Again, not quite underneath the chin.
If I'm Burke, I'd look to start rolling to the direction away from the cage. In terms of looking for a finish, being up against the cage doesn't give you the space that you often require to be able to finish the choke. So even though he's in a good position here, hoist yourself up, let your left hand become the dominant.
He's going to drop out here.
Good
work by
here
Bradshaw,
well.
but the time evades. It's going to end potentially here with Bradshaw on top. Ruairi Burke doesn't look to stay there, wants to get back to his feet, and does just on the bell. Ultra close fight, potentially that third round might have been enough for Burke.